Hello. The 2018 Chinese Moon Festival is on the 24th of September, which is tomorrow. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to say Happy Moon Festival in Chinese Mandarin, and I'm going to share with you a few stories about the Chinese Moon Festival. Hello, my name is Barry Lee. I'm the author of this book called The New Chinese. But today I'm not going to talk about my book because there's absolutely nothing about the Moon Festival in my book. My book is about new things happening in China, and the Moon Festival happens to be a very, very old Chinese tradition. According to Wikipedia, the Chinese started celebrating the Moon Festival since Shang Dynasty, which was the first scientifically proven known Chinese dynasty from the 1600 BC, which was a long time ago. So this pretty much also tells you how important is the Moon Festival to the Chinese people. The Moon Festival is the second most important festival for the Chinese people. The first is, of course, the Chinese New Year, 春节 or 农历新年. We're going to talk about that in February next year. Back to the topic of the Moon Festival. Do you know the official name of the Moon Festival is called Mid-Autumn Festival? And it's translated from Chinese 中秋节. 中 means middle, 秋 means autumn, 节 means festival. So it literally means Mid-Autumn Festival. Although we don't really call it the Mid-Autumn Festival in Australia because it's in the middle of spring now. And it's just weird to call it Mid-Autumn Festival, but the Chinese Australian will still call it 中秋节 in Mandarin. If you want to remember the pronunciation, 中 first tone, 秋 first tone, 节 second tone, 中秋节, which I'm going to explain the tones in my following episodes about the pronunciation, which is really not that hard, but you just need to remember in Chinese Mandarin there's tones, so it has to be one of the tones to make sense. So if you want to follow the tones, 中 first tone, 秋 first tone, 节 second tone, so 中秋节. In some parts of China, the Moon Festival is also called the Harvest Festival because in the middle of autumn, it's the season for harvest. And one thing that people do to celebrate the Moon Festival is to have some great food. Actually, that's probably not true because the Chinese celebrate every festival with lots of food. But for every important festival, there is a special food. Do you know what is the food for the Chinese Moon Festival? That's right, mooncakes. And there are a lot of different types of mooncakes. The most popular one you can get from supermarket here are the Cantonese style mooncake. They come in with traditional fillings like red bean paste. There's the lotus flower with egg yolk, and there are many different types of mooncakes in China. The Suzhou style mooncake is my favorite because I grew up in the city of Suzhou, and it actually have fresh pork in it. Tastes really yummy. And next to it is the ice skin mooncake made by my very talented neighbor, and it's a new style from Hong Kong, I believe. And for the new style mooncakes, they got some very modern day fillings like fruit or even chocolate or ice cream. And one of the most important things to do on the Moon Festival is to have mooncake. And we also do 赏月, which is moon watching. You just stare at the big round moons and think about how great your life is. And of course, the Cantonese style mooncake is still very popular. And the main difference between the Cantonese mooncake and the Shanghai mooncake was the Shanghai mooncakes got a crunchy, flaky pastry skin, while the Cantonese mooncake was more sticky type. Now, how do you say Happy Moon Festival? So if you want to say happy in Chinese, that is 快乐, ku ai, 快, fourth tone, le, fourth tone. So 快乐, both fourth tone. And put together 中秋节快乐, which means Moon Festival happy. And you can also say 祝您中秋节快乐. 祝 means wish. Ning means you, but with honorific expression. So 祝您 instead of 祝你, if 你 is like a normal you, you say that to your peer or someone younger than you. But if someone you respect, your guest or someone who's older than you, you say 祝您, honorific. That's the only difference. So 祝您中秋节快乐. Wish you happy Moon Festival. And lastly, why is it important to celebrate the Chinese Moon Festival? What is the meaning of the Moon Festival to the Chinese people? The moon is a symbol of unity. It is round, perfect round shape on the 15th of August in the lunar calendar. So the Moon Festival is on the 15th of August of the Chinese lunar calendar. Well, it's actually not perfect round. I think on the 16th of August it's rounder, but 15th was the date was set in the past. But on the 15th of the August, which is the middle of the month, you get a big round circle, yuan, which means unity, completeness. So it's a symbol of all the family members are at home, no one's away, everyone is well, and it's a time to sit down with your family and embrace, the family culture and share your stories, etc., etc. And yuan also means the Chinese currency, the Chinese yuan, which is exactly the same character, although in simplified Chinese we sometimes use another character to write yuan, but it's the exact same meaning and the same pronunciation. So it actually means the Chinese money as well, yuan. So it is a very important Chinese culture. In ancient days, the Chinese also gather around with a family or friend to read poetries under the moon, and sometimes the poets are away from their friends and family, so they write a lot of poems about I miss you, my family, my friends, etc. Okay, now we've talked a lot about the Chinese Moon Festival. I'm going to stop right here to make sure I don't overload you with information. Basically, why I'm making this video is I'm trying to create a weekly vlog or video series about Chinese, not only the language but also the culture and history. There's a lot of channel there teaching Chinese Mandarin, but most of them is just they just teach the language instead of the culture and the history. And I believe for every language you need to understand the culture and the life behind that language to be more interesting, and you can have better connection and you can extend your interest to the next level and to master that language. So that's basically what I'm doing here. I'll try to make weekly videos about a trendy topic or important Chinese holiday or culture phenomenon. And if you like this video, please subscribe, and I'll see you next week. Happy Moon Festival! 祝您中秋节快乐!